Clap.
Hello, I'm Noah Farrow. Thank you for joining me again. I am going to be reacting to English language casualty. Hello, I'm Noah Farrow. We're going to be reacting today to casually. I messed that up a few minutes ago. Explained the English language.
While most people in the world are forced to learn English if they ever want to leave their country for an international career, English speakers routinely visit other countries for leisure, not learn the language, and then get mad when no one understands
Of course.
them. English is such an influential language, in fact, that most people from English-speaking countries never even consider learning a second language to fluency. If we look at a map of Europe, we can see that the average person in Sweden or Norway knows 2.5 languages,
impressive.
Germany 2, the UK is trailing with 1.6, and America is still figuring out what a kilometer is. One redeeming factoid that I've heard quite frequently from English-speaking people is that English is one of the hardest languages to learn, which isn't true. Well, I know that they just want to feel good about themselves. They should know by now.
I've already learned something. Right now, my entire life, I've been going around thinking that English was a hard language to learn, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. It can't be, because I learned it. And every time I brought it up, I'm like, I don't think English is that. No. Oh no. Contrary. English is extremely hard to learn. It's Spanish. That is easy. That is why you're an idiot that can't learn Spanish. I can't learn Spanish or any other language. Got off track a little there.
Now that no one is allowed to feel good about themselves on my watch, especially myself. In reality, how hard a language is to learn is actually only really related to how similar it is to the language you already know. So for an English speaker, it usually takes about 600 hours of dedicated study and practice to reach conversational fluency in any of the Romance or Scandinavian languages, then around twice as long for Greek, Hebrew, or Slavic languages, then around twice as long as that again for Arabic, Japanese, Korean, Assembly, or Mandarin.
I like this.
So if you're learning English and speak any of those languages,
quick. You know what? This makes me feel better. I actually have a goal that I can set. Okay, 600 hours. If I really put 600 hours in, possibly my dumbass can learn Norwegian, Swedish, and Dutch. No. Let's go Italian on up, bro.
Then pretty much the reverse applies. What is true, though, is that English has quite a few quirks that make it easier to learn than other languages in some ways, and quirks that make it way harder.
I know the quirks.
One of the best features of English is that we don't have masculine, feminine, or neutral. We just have the definite article, the table, the refrigerator, and there are no regular nouns with gender, making English the ultimate safe space language. The downside, however, is that while I was trying to learn French, I would say, j'aime le chocolat. And people would say, le chocolat, le. The North Americans are so stupid. And that would hurt my feelings because I was trying my best. But when anyone is learning English as a second language and they say, the chocolate, and then I say, the chocolate, and they're like, the chocolate. And I always think, not so easy. No, this is a baguette boy. This is why you know what I'm talking about.
You gun people know what it is. You know what it is. Don't act like you don't know what that is.
The definite article, the, is a nightmare for most trying to learn it because one of the most difficult sounds to pronounce in English is the TH sound, th. I mean, not for me, I fucking nailed it, but for non-English speaking people, who usually replace it with a Z, D, or an F. And if you've ever talked to someone learning English, you'll notice that one of the hardest words to pronounce is squirrel. Again, not for me. It's really just home run after home run. But if you're really looking to knock someone international down a few pegs, here's a few things that are extremely hard to say even for English speakers. So when I put it on the screen, we can all try to say it at the same time.
Bring it to me.
Anemone.
Anemone.
3,000.
3,000.
Rural brewery.
Rural brewery.
Thanks, guys. I needed that. Yeah. Additionally, in comparison to Romance languages, pronunciation in English isn't always consistent phonetically. As an example, in French you have bon, son, pon, fon. But if you try that in English, you get hat, rat, chat, wet. So it just doesn't work. I mean, if you come across a word you haven't seen in English before, it's sometimes impossible to know how it's pronounced. Take these, for example. Though, through, thought, tough, cough, plow, and sometimes you even have hiccups. Not me, though, obviously. I never choke. Within English...
Have I never seen hiccup spelled in my life?
There are also many dialects of the same language. For example, while American English is mostly removing redundancies in spelling and saying eggplant instead of aubergine or niche instead of niche.
Exactly.
Again, basically anything that takes more power away from the French. British English removes a lot of redundancies from entire words. As an example, in American English you would say, I have to go down the elevator and get a ride so I can go and work out. But in British English you just say, I have to take the lift so I can get a lift so I can go and lift. And then in Australian English, they just completely change entire sentences in the most internationally destructive way possible. As an example, in Australian English, you would say, Oi, don't you love it when a good cunt's wearing a hot pair of thongs?
Ooh, that's awesome.
Most North Americans would say, oh my goodness gracious, Rachel, get the Bible. What that actually translates to in American English is, hey, don't you love it when your friend is wearing a cool pair of flip-flops? Ultimately, though, every English accent has its advantages and disadvantages. Jamaicans sound cool, but I can't understand them. South Africans
it's your problem, not theirs.
I can't understand them. People from Scotland and Wales sound cool, but I'm pretty sure they aren't speaking English. And then people from America sound less cool the higher their neighborhood GDP.
I saw us catching a damn stray. I saw it. Okay. Just because we got a lot of dialects, okay? Throughout the entire country, like we're one big mess of 12,000 other countries. And just because all of them sound terrible, it's charming here. Or the North, which is not charming here. Sorry, New York. Philly. You know, Philly. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly. I don't know why Philly just caught it straight. Because I should have been talking about Boston. Fun fact, I went into an audition. I'll finish it at the end of this.
Even for me, I have possibly the most generic Pacific Northwest accent imaginable, meaning that I am never allowed to rap. Well, that means I am unable to live up to my true potential.
Yeah, we can all agree that the Midwest is the worst accent, right?
Hey Siri. Huh? Okay, no? Google. Subscribe to Casually Explained.
Sorry, Wisconsin.
If that didn't work, you're lucky you're wearing headphones, because next time you have them out for 20 seconds, I'm texting your mom.
Mom.
I am just kidding, of course. I can already...
All right, that was worth it. I hear there's a French version of this. I think I'll go with the French, too. Even though I don't know anything about France or French or... Yeah. Thanks for the Statue of Liberty. I'm playing France. I know stuff about y'all. Anyway, that was great. Appreciate it. I really enjoyed that. It's around my alley. Science, history, and whatever the hell this is, that middle ground of education is just give it to me. I don't even know if my mic's on. That would suck if it's not. Oh, it is on. Son of a bitch. Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you guys about a little situation in an audition. And just in case you stuck around, you want to find out. And I actually finally said that I was going to tell you guys something at the end of this and actually remembered it. I've said this 4 to 5 times and never remember. So I go into an audition and just an audition. I don't know. It's some sort of commercial or something. But anyway, I'm standing there, camera ready. You're like, okay, so you got the lines down? Yeah, I got the lines down. Okay, so you got to do it in a Boston accent. A what? A what accent? A Boston accent. Yeah, it was on the sides. It was not on the sides. Oh, well, then your agent told you. No. My agent did not tell me. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. Okay. Boston accent. Now here's the thing. Boston accent is tough to begin with, but here's what I don't know. Do you want me to have a New Kids on the Block Boston accent, or do you want an addition Boston accent? Because you see, I am black, and the Boston accent is not the same for moi than me. Do you want Mark Wahlberg Boston accent, or do you want a Bobby Brown Boston accent? Difference. Listen to him. A totally different accent. Now, I think they wanted me to have a Mark Wahlberg Boston accent. What? Why would I have a Mark Wahlberg Boston accent. Huh? Now I'm confused. Needless to say, I did not get that commercial. Funny thing about not getting commercials is they don't tell you They don't tell you anything. So it's not a game of rejection. There's no rejection. I tell this to my mom all the time. There's no rejection in Hollywood. They don't reject you. They just don't call you. They ghost the hell out of you. You walk out like, oh, I did that. I killed that audition. I'm going to hear back from these bastards. It'd be like day 12. All right. Well, shit. I guess I didn't get that audition. And then what you do is you hear on Super Bowl Sunday, not one, not two, woo, 3 commercials that you auditioned for debuted on the Super Bowl. You're like, I've never seen this commercial, but I know these. God. And that is my rant for today. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. And hey, share this. Also, that's about all I got. I'm out of breath. I'm out of Shakespeare, bitches!